Hey guys, AnifanKnight7203 here. So, first of all, apologies if I sound sick. Second of all, this, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I have a couple of things I'm going to talk about. Literally just two, so a couple is fitting. First of all Fallout theories, videos, anything like that is going to be postponed for a bit. Because, as of right now, I hate being sick, sorry about that. As of right now, Bethesda's take on the Fallout universe, what they've done to make Fallout games and all of that, is controversial, to say the least, and they've not exactly done themselves any favor with some of the stuff done with 76. I'm not feeling getting involved in that discussion. It also doesn't help that Obsidian, the people who made Fallout New Vegas, and a lot of their staff were directly linked to the creation of the original Fallout games. You know, they're coming out with their own game soon called Outer Worlds, which I'm actually extremely excited for, I gotta be honest. But because of that, there's a lot. This is a big mess. Big ol' mess. A huge PR nightmare, we'll say, as of right now, for Bethesda. And you know, as you can tell from the background, this isn't Fallout related, this isn't Bethesda related. This is actually Rapture from BioShock. I picked up the BioShock collection on Xbox. So I'm gonna finally get to play BioShock 2, and, you know, I got to look at BioShock 1 and Infinite in a much better way than I did before, being someone who's much more analytical now, and, you know, I've taken my time with the games, and they're much better than I remember them being, and I'm absolutely impressed and enthralled and love these games so much more than I did before. But with that aside, I'm not going to be putting out any Fallout content because of all of this mess with Bethesda and their current attempts at least, at designing Fallout. And some trends that I'm picking up on that I'm kind of annoyed, kind of mad at myself that I didn't pick up on before when it was related to Bethesda. So although, let's be honest, I'm still going to play their games, because I still find enjoyment in them, even if it's, with each installment, less and less enjoyment and more of just, but there was potential here. And also realizing that my Preston Garvey theory that I was working on literally was summed up as, there was potential, Bethesda done missed it, with a couple of key elements. I am going to not make any videos about it for a while. There are topics that I'd love to talk about, but there's small things related to them with the new Fallout 4 and 76. 76, of course, being a lot newer than Fallout 4, but nonetheless, it's like there's little things in the lore and in the game mechanics and little things that it's like, why did you do this? Why? Bethesda, why? I may make a rant at some point about it, because why not? I think that might be fun. All of my content seems rambly enough as is. My scripts say one thing and I always end up saying another. It's interesting. But with that aside, so I will not be making any Fallout videos soon. I will most definitely return to it at some point, because the series is near and dear to my heart. I love it oh so. You know, the Fallout 3 is still in my top 5 games, but I'm not going to touch it for a little bit. So that brings me on to what I want to talk about next. And I could go in, since I've played through BioShock games as of recent again, and I'm going to be doing BioShock 2 soon for the first time. I'm kind of looking forward to that, but there's also some things that I'm not looking forward to about that. I've heard the Little Sisters are supposed to be no bueno, but That's alright, we'll figure it out. Or not the little sister, the big sisters. No, was it the little sisters that they changed? I don't know. The little sisters in Bioshock 1 were great. Bioshock 2, it was either the little sisters or the big sisters that I heard about being not done well. I don't know. I think it was the big sisters, but I'm not sure. Whatever. I'll find out the hard way by playing Bioshock 2, which isn't an issue. And I'll also get to play the Bioshock Infinite DLC, where you go back to Rapture. That'll be cool. Looking forward to that, but I'll save that for last. Nonetheless, so I could do theories and videos about Bioshock and whatnot, and I don't want to do that because I feel like everything that could be said has been said. I do try, with limited success sometimes, but I do try in my videos, my theory videos at least, to say things that other people haven't said. With the Fallout 3, where did the nuke go off thing, that was one of the big ones. I've seen a lot of, based on trends at least, it seems a lot of people want to know where the nukes hit in 76, and I might make a video about that at some point. To give you a short answer, they didn't. That makes me so mad, but it didn't. There was no nuke hit anywhere near 76, but whatever. There is some interesting science behind that I could get into that is actually kind of neat, but, like, still, whatever. Fallout, man. Nonetheless, I try to do theories and stuff that either haven't been done before or I feel I could give a new perspective on, or maybe bring something up that's new, or just give my own opinion on something new. I don't want to just be regurgitating what everyone says, and I don't think that there's anything new I can say about Bioshock lore-wise. Because everything's kind of explained, and anything that's even left as a remote mystery is like, oh, well, where did the original, sea slug come from? What's that made of? Well, what the heck? How did that, what's up with the sea slug? Or, what kind of stuff happened between Bioshock 1 and Bioshock 2 other than the limited stuff I know about, and stuff that's probably explained in the game? I'm telling you, my experience with Bioshock 2 was stupid limited. I'm kind of excited to play that. So, nonetheless, there's plenty that has been said about Bioshock, but there's a lot that could be said, and not just about Bioshock, about a bunch of other things that doesn't pertain to lore, which obviously so far my focus of my theories has been lore and in-game reasoning, we'll say. But I'm interested in also talking about the out-of-game reasoning, because everyone's like, we gotta explain in-game why this is the way it is. But sometimes it's actually interesting to talk about out-of-game why it is the way it is. And for those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, you have the lore, canonical, story part of it, the narrative, if you will, which is what I've discussed so far. And then you have the side of it that is completely game mechanic, game design, all of that. Your level design, how they do the sound design, how they set up the atmosphere, how they tell the story. Not the story itself, but how they tell the story. Stuff that is much more tangible, but is also sometimes just as mysterious. Sometimes, I saw with Bioshock, they had a guy who was in charge of the level design. He talked about the level design for the first level in the game, and that was actually really interesting to listen to. But there are plenty of facets in the game that aren't explained, and many games where it's completely unexplained, like Mass Effect Andromeda. As far as I can tell, none of that game's issues have been explained, but some of them are actually pretty interesting. So, when it comes down to it, essentially, there's a lot to be said about game mechanics that you guys might have interest in. I will most likely start to make these videos no matter what, because I do have quite a lot of interest in this topic. For the record, I am mostly just an observer and someone who has analyzed this a bit on his own spare time. Obviously, I am no professional game developer, though most certainly I have dabbled, and I have made my own short things, mostly like Doom clone kind of things, that I tried to make a little bit more creative than just another, like, you are powerful person going through killing, an unlimited amount of things, essentially just Doom, but reskinned. Instead of hell, it's like aliens or whatever. I've done those kind of things where I tried to infuse more intriguing aspects in it, change up the pacing, change up some of the styling, make it, instead of just Doom clone to the most basic degree, something where it uses the same generalized aspects, but, I made one that was a horror game. That was kind of fun. Instead of designing the weapons around being big and powerful and you're always getting more ammunition, it was small, weak weapons, and you're low on ammunition the whole time, so you have to pick and choose where you want to shoot. And the enemies, instead of being just a gauntlet of things for you to kill, it was always something in your way that was there to create a threat to you instead of be something for you to expend ammo into. Little things that I thought made it its own interesting concept. I enjoyed making it, if that means anything to anyone, which I doubt it does, but it means something to me. Nonetheless, if I do discuss this stuff, I will get, I do want to say that I am obviously no professional, but I have played a lot of games, I have a lot of experience with those, and with how the product comes out, and again, as I had said, I have done some development and worked on some small stuff that was interesting, to say the least. So I have words to say, I have things that I could bring up, how interesting and innovative and new they are, and how much of it's already been said. That I don't know as well as I do about some of the lore stuff, but that's fine. Nonetheless, that's the idea, that I want to start making those kind of videos as well as doing more videos. And again, none of this stuff is going to touch on Fallout. If it does, it'll be briefly, or it'll be in a while. Right now, I am not feeling discussing anything Fallout. It's just a mess. But that's what it is, it's just a mess. That's all that there is to it. With all of that out of the way, this is simply just a short little piece. As you can tell, I am sick, hence why the whole, I'm going to start streaming Twitch, and I'm going to be working on some other small things, kind of been pushed off for a little bit, because I don't think you guys want to listen to me talk while I'm sick. Prove me wrong if you want. It's fine, I don't mind making content while I'm sick, I just would figure it wouldn't sound as good, or I might fall asleep halfway through, and that'll be interesting to have hours of recording of audio, and most of it is simply me passed the fuck out. Nonetheless, that's all that I came here to announce, is simply that I would like to start making theories and videos about game design. How much of it will be theory, how much of it will just be explanation or talking about it, I don't know, because making theories themselves is much more complicated than simply explaining a topic, both of which the theory does grant a little bit more intellectual value to the viewer, but not a whole ton more, so I'm not sure. It kind of depends on the theory, I should say, but in general, it's not a whole ton more, so we'll see. They might just be game design videos, that I call them, or something. Let's see what else. For anyone who might have tried to view my Twitch stream, let's see, what was that, 2 nights ago? I believe it was. And you saw that immediately nothing was working. Yeah, apparently all of my internet cut out the moment I tried to start up the game and start up my stream. So that was interesting. I realized that a couple of minutes in, as the game and the stream were both not responding, and everything just fell apart. I then switched over to just playing some Borderlands, and gave up for a little bit, because I was not having it. Nonetheless, that's all that there is to it. Simply put, I will be doing no Fallout videos in the near future, and I will be doing more game design-based videos at some point soon. Hopefully I get over the sickness soon, because this is really annoying. I also cannot breathe through my nose, so if you hear a lot of pauses, or you hear a lot of me taking in very loud breaths, that's because my nose does not function right now, which sucks. So, apologies for that. I'm trying to cut as much of that out as I can, but if it's in the middle of a point that I'm making, then it is hard to skip over without just making a jarring cut, and I don't like when there's a jarring cut in the middle of a sentence at all. I hate that. I know a lot of people do that, so that it's one streamlined sentence. But I don't like that at all. It sounds so wrong, and I don't like it. Whatever. That's my editing and scripting style, but nonetheless. So, again, no Fallout videos in the near future, game design videos coming soon, and other than that, I might bring back App Crap. That could be interesting. Beyond that, I might look into just straight up doing some proper gaming videos like normal people do, and download some software on my PC and do that like normal people do, as I said. In the past, I tried doing this via Xbox, and if you want to see how those turned out, those videos are still very much so available. The quality is interesting, to say the least. And of course, I've got some just normal gaming videos, but they're all based on mobile, which I may go and do some more of those as well. We'll see. That, like, mobile Fallout 2 thing carried no fruit, because the moment I ended that recording to go and find the cactus fruit or whatever that the quest wanted me to do, I searched the entire section of the map I was on and couldn't find any whatsoever. Selecting cacti net me absolutely nothing, and the quest seemed to have been broken. Whether that was because of some dumb glitch on my end, or the quest itself being legitimately broken and everyone else in the game was able to move on and forgive and forget, I could not, because when a starting quest in an RPG-style game is broken that bad, my only thought is, okay, I have no faith in this, thanks, bye. It didn't help that the Fallout controversial, the controversial release of Fallout 76, that didn't help it at all either, and it's been a mess. Fallout games and Fallout-style games and I have not agreed very well recently. It's been interesting. Nonetheless, though, you've got the point, and I don't know what else to say unless I continue rambling on, explaining random stuff that I'm not sure needs explained all that much. Yeah, I think that's about it. I will see if I can make a good way for viewers to contact me soon. Because I would like to be able to, get responses from my viewers other than just comments. Which comments are relatively rare, so I'm not sure that any of my viewers would want to contact me with suggestions. Excuse me. I may or may not end up creating some sort of social media account that you guys can just go to. That'll be my YouTube social media account, disconnected from my normal one. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, if you have any suggestions for that or any ideas or any even want for that, like if you even actually want to have something like that, comment down below. And that should be all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or at least found some sort of use from this video. And please do comment down below with any ideas or suggestions or comments that you have about the topics at hand. And that's about it. See you guys next time. Goodbye.